Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Friday, April 1st, April Fool's Day 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. We have great archives at the top of the page, eye candy along the bottom. Have yourself a good old time. Well, it didn't go exactly according to plan yesterday, but it was a good time. Certainly the pregame stuff was just a blast. Thank you very much for all the kind emails and notes and stuff like that. All I want from people is an appreciation that I worked very, very hard on that opening day show. And if you enjoy it, great. You wouldn't believe how difficult that is to get from some people. They don't even want to give me that. But for the people who were kind enough to make note of the fact that yesterday's show, our opening day special, came off great, thank you very much. A lot of hard work went into it and a lot of cooperation from a lot of people that I will thank. Well, I thanked yesterday. Maybe I'll thank again sometime down the line. Nice to see Stan Musial looking a little more alert and a little more alive yesterday, wasn't that? It was pretty cool. Jim Edmonds and his little boy out there, that was really cute. I spent a little time in the press box talking with the governor, Jeremiah Nixon. He's a very, very nice guy. We have a mutual friend, by the way, and so we always have a very, very nice chat. Spent part of the game sitting with Katie Feltz from Channel 5, who is due to have a child in September, so we sat there talking a lot of stuff. I don't know what it was with the empty seats yesterday. It's opening day, and so many people would have given their left nut to be in that ballpark, and it's like the fourth or fifth inning. I'm looking around going, what's with all the empty seats? And the weather was still nice then. I watched people going into the ballpark yesterday wearing shorts and short sleeves and stuff like that. Even my wife, when we were going to the car after the broadcast, I was dumping some stuff and grabbing a change of clothes and stuff like that, because you're not supposed to wear, team insignias and Cardinal jerseys and hats and stuff like that. You're not supposed to wear that stuff in the press box, so I have to sort of dump that in the car. And then and Triple C says to me, maybe I'll just leave my coat. And I'm like, oh man, that sun is going to go behind those clouds, and you are going to freeze your tuchus off. Take it. By the time it was about the seventh inning, I went down to see her in the seats, and she had her, her toque pulled down over her ears, her gloves on, all of her coats on. Was still freezing to death yesterday. But 54 degrees, a little sun early. It was good for most of the party yesterday, and so And I will also say that yesterday was another reaffirmation, I guess you would say, of what I've been saying for a long time about these quote-unquote pep rallies that they have. And there was a big one at Keener Plaza. I'm not picking on any one station or any one quote-unquote pep rally, but these things aren't pep rallies. They're sales opportunities. Just the one I walked by in Keener Plaza, you know what the only signs I saw? I saw AT&T, Cricket, Missouri Lottery, a cable TV outfit, and H&R Block. These are sales opportunities. We used to do pep rallies, and the radio stations I worked for gradually just kept sucking the life out of my ability to do those big rallies in Keener Plaza effectively. When I did them, and there was one person on the stage, me, talking baseball, messing with the crowd, doing all the baseball-y things that we do on opening day, they were fabulous, they were well populated, they were successful, and then everybody's like, well, we want to get all the stations involved, and it's like, fine, you just destroyed something that could have been great, was very, very effective, and was a spectacle. And on opening day, and when you're in Keener Plaza, and you're on a stage, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people around, you're supposed to be supplying the audience with a spectacle. You know why? Because it's show business, dummies. The people who run radio stations are some of the least educated people as to what the business is all about. And on a day like that, in a situation like that, you are providing show business for people. And it doesn't matter whether you have, we have 4 stations, we want them all there. Dumbasses, you'll just never get it. You will never get it. You know why? Because you come from sales, not from radio programming. According to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, there was one, approximately, and this is at Major League Baseball parks alone, approximately 22,435,400 hot dogs will be sold this year. That's approximately 9,233 hot dogs per game. That's one hot dog for about every 3 people. I'd eat more hot dogs at baseball games if they would serve quality hot dogs, but you get those little pencil-thin stadium steaks, and half the time they're not even warm. The buns aren't steamed. Give me some good food, I'll eat it. I can get on to the club level because I have a press pass And I go over to that cook-to-order thing, and they have a lot of good stuff there, but the majority of fans at the ballpark can't even get to that level. They can't even get to where that good food is. I'd open up those doors, let everybody who wants to eat a decent meal at the ballpark come on in and eat. By the way, Dodger Stadium projected to sell the most hot dogs. Yankee Stadium is second place. Citizens Bank in Philadelphia is fourth. And in Cincinnati, I'm not sure what they call this. It's they call it the Meat Lovers hot dog. The Meat Lovers hot dog. It should just be called the Artery Clogging Heart Stopping Special. Listen to this. It's called the Meat Lovers dog. It's a jumbo hot dog wrapped in bacon, deep fried, then topped with beef, chili, cheese, and salami. Have a nice day. Alex Rodriguez will make more this year than almost the entire roster of the Kansas City Royals. A-Rod, $32 million. Royals with a $36 million salary list, and that's the lowest payroll in all of Major League Baseball. The Cardinals are in 11th place behind the Detroit Tigers. Well, let's shift gears here. This is a bizarre story. We have two cats. We have two black cats. And we got black cats because we learned in the process of the adoption the situation there that people don't adopt black cats because of the connotation, and also because they don't photograph particularly well. It's like a black dog is the same way. Try to take a picture of a black dog and all you see is these, eyes and just like black and no dimension or anything like that. So we adopted two black cats. We have one that purrs and one that doesn't really purr. But this is amazing. In England, they might have the record for the loudest purring cat in history. 73 decibels? 73 decibels? That's louder than the average cat. 10 times louder than the average cat. That is about as noisy as a hairdryer, a vacuum cleaner, or busy traffic. 73 decibels. By the way, this it shatters the record of the world's loudest pussy, which was previously held by Glenn Beck. I almost got that out. All right, Miley Cyrus is upset with that little girl who's got that Friday song. And Miley Cyrus says, you shouldn't be able to just put a song on YouTube and then go on tour and have a musical career. That's right, Miley. That's right. Kids should be exploited by their parents and Disney, and be part of a fictitious pop star TV show before you ever think about touring. You know that old catchphrase that says that men think about sex every 7 seconds? It turns out it's wrong. New survey, they surveyed 5,000 men. Here's what they found. They found that men think about sex about once every 2 hours. Average guy's day breaks out like this. 177 minutes a day worrying about his job. If he's single, he spends 126 minutes thinking about finding a woman. If he's married, he spends 118 minutes a day thinking about his wife. He also spends 101 minutes worrying about money, almost an hour thinking about sports, 33 minutes worrying about how he looks and whether he's going bald, 30 minutes thinking about his mom, 15 minutes thinking about sex, 15 minutes, that's it. They didn't say what men are thinking about for the other 6 or 7 waking hours. Will Ferrell, new movie coming out next month. It's a little less goofy than his usual stuff. It's called Everything Must Go, and it's sort of what they call a dramedy, a drama/comedy. It's about a guy who loses his job and his marriage on the same day. His wife takes all of his stuff and puts it out on his front lawn, and he decides to go live out there on his front lawn. Sounds a little bit like Hung to me, on HBO. Movie comes out in May. On this date in 1970, a very, very big day for the advertising world and also the tobacco industry, because a measure was signed banning all cigarette advertising on radio and television. It took place January 1st, 1971, but Dick Nixon signed that bill on this date in 1970. It was on this date in 1994, on a ski trip to Telluride, Colorado, Christy Brinkley escaped death as her helicopter crashed into a mountainside, injuring 5, killing Christy's marriage with beautiful, handsome Billy Joel, because she dumped him later that month, married one of the survivors from the helicopter crash, and then divorced him a year later. Those two deserved each other. Saturday Night Live this weekend. Elton John, musical guest Leon Russell, and they're going to play together. That's a good show. And also the Kennedys miniseries. This was supposed to be on the History Channel, and the History Channel saw the finished product and said, We don't really want this. We don't want this on our station. It's just going to blow our credibility. Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, the TV show Biography. You'd have like Winston Churchill and Napoleon and Dwight Eisenhower, and now it's like, you know, tune into Biography and you'll get Tori Spelling. Thanks a lot. So the History Channel, you got a little trouble with your credibility as it is already. Although I do like those war specials. Those things, you know, they talk about strategy and the world wars and stuff. But anyhow, this thing, I've seen a couple of clips of this, and you have Katie Holmes, who looks more like Jackie Kennedy Onassis than Jackie Kennedy Onassis did. It is startling how much she looks like Jackie. And Greg Kinnear, who I like a lot, and I think is a really good actor, you know, they got this wig on him trying to make him look like Kennedy, and it looks like some sort of a joke. I mean, you know, when you're watching, you're like, no, somebody should have told him, oh, you got way, way too much hair on him for Kennedy. So I don't know if the show's going to be any good. It's the first 2 parts in an 8-part series, and that's on Reelz, R-E-E-L-Z. It's like one of those movie channels that almost nobody has, and I don't even think it's in high definition. So, but you want to watch that if you want. That's going to be on Sunday night. Couple of April Fool's Day mentions here. I'm going to bring this up with Smash on the show today. When I began dating a young woman about, what was it about? I could say about 9 or 10 years ago. A couple of her friends grabbed her and said, "You should not be going out with him. He is just disgusting. He's terrible, whatever." And she's sort of like, what's the matter? What did he do? She says, I remember once on April Fool's Day, he said that he was broadcasting from the top of the arch, and they were throwing stereo equipment and TVs off the top of the arch, and if you could catch it, you could keep it. And I was just so offended by that, because people could have gotten hurt. And, well, there's a couple of things. First of all, it was an April Fool's Day prank, okay? Because nobody was throwing anything off the top of the arch. That's number one. Number two, if you're a fan of Monty Python, you'll remember that that was a classic Monty Python bit, catch it and you keep it. Same bit. Number three, it wasn't me, it was Smash on Keishi. So it wasn't even me. I'm getting tagged with this. And number four, the program director at Keishi at the time took credit for conceiving of this fabulous April Fool's Day prank without acknowledging the fact that it was stolen from Monty Python. That sounds about right, huh? All right, JC's Eye Candy today. We have a new pitcher by the name of Brian Augenstein. He pitched a little bit in the game yesterday. And you know those trust fall things that you do where you're supposed to stand on something and a bunch of people stand behind you and then you just like fall back and they're supposed to catch you and it's supposed to instill trust in one another. They do that at a lot of places they shouldn't, like corporate business meetings and stuff. Anyhow, a bunch of the Cardinals bullpen doing this, and this pitcher is standing on the wall and falls back, the short part of the wall, and then falls back. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, if the management and the training staff at Busch Stadium with the Cardinals knew about that, oh, I'm sure they'd love that and instantly approve of one of their pitchers falling backwards. We don't have enough trouble as it is. Anyhow, it's the Eye Candy feature, and it's right below what you're looking at. All right, I'm bushed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm beat. It's been a rough couple of days, but a lot of fun and very exhilarating. And again, thank you for your kind words. That's it. JC's Daily Dose for Monday, April 1st, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye. Where's my ball? Bye.